Hey, what's up everybody? Today we are playing Superstar JYP and Superstar STAYC. Gonna be going over the updates from the 12/28 update. Before I get started on the video though, I do want to wish everyone a happy remaining holiday season. I hope you all had a wonderful holiday and as well as a happy new year for those who are celebrating it next week. With that out of the way, let's go ahead and hop into the video. First thing I want to mention is that I am doing something different this week. From here on out, I will be making two different videos. So one is going to be a content video where we go over the updates and kind of talk about my thoughts on it. And then a separate video, a live stream actually, where we actually play the game. So if you like that type of format, so that way we can separate the news from the actual playing, let me know in the comments below. It's going to help me figure out how I want to make content for this channel. Alright, so hopping into Superstar JYP, I wanted to make a separate video for this. I don't think I'm going to have the time to though, but the 100 million download special shop, it is going to be different between Superstar JYP and Superstar STAYC, so I'm going to be going over those separately. But looking at Superstar JYP, do I think this is worth pulling? For the more casual player who's having fun with this game and doesn't really care about collecting, honestly, this is a trap because limited themes in Superstar JYP are a trap. There's no real benefit to actually picking for the limited themes because they give you the same bonuses regardless of if you have an OT, let's say for twice OT9 limited theme versus a twice OT9 non-limited theme. It's going to give you the same benefit no matter what. And it's a lot easier to farm for the non-limited themes. Who do I recommend pulling on this banner for? Number one, make sure you pay attention because some of these actually cost real money. But I recommend pulling for people who are collectors and are very, very close to finishing a set. Because once you stack up enough points, which you get for buying the packs, so for example, if you buy this one for $12, you get 150 points. If you buy this one for about $6, you get 50 points. Once you stack up 200 points, you are given a limited theme R card selector, which is really, really good because card selectors in this game are broken, allowing you to pick the exact card you want, and in this case, a limited theme card that you want. This is really good for people who are very close to completing a set that they really care about and just need a few extra cards. So this is my example for this because I do plan on actually pulling from the 100 million download special shop. I am at OT6 out of, or I'm sorry, I'm at 6 out of OT9 for my Twice the Feel set. And for those who follow my channel, Twice is my biggest group in terms of K-pop, and The Feels was a very, very special song for me, being the first song to be released after I got into K-pop. So I really want to complete this set just for collection purposes. Again, it doesn't offer me any benefit over any other Twice theme, but I do want to complete this set as soon as I can, and being able to buy into the 100 million download special shop just to get it over sooner is going to be important for me because then I can start building those cards to level 99 and start just using them for every single Twice song that comes out from here on after. So those are the people I recommend pulling for. Again, it's really just for collector's value and if you want to finish collecting a set sooner than later, because the odds of you pulling into a specific limited theme card are very, very slim because Superstar JYP has hundreds of limited theme R cards. So that's just my thoughts on the 100 million download special shop for Superstar JYP. Moving on to the next segment, we're going to talk about the J.Y.Park concert stuff. So there's going to be this part of the shop that's just for like special promotional things for the J.Y.Park concert. Really, I don't recommend pulling for any of these because there's no real reason to, because there are ways to get some of the important parts of these banners and other things. So for example, these power-up cards, there's other ways to get them. Diamonds, there's free ways to get that. So unless you really like J.Y.Park and really want all of his cards, by all means go for this banner, pull the things that you want, but be careful of the price because again, those first two things were actually kind of expensive. The nice thing about concerts though, when it comes to the Superstar games, is that the days of the concert, you get free stuff. Now make sure you log in though, because it does expire after 24 hours, so you have to log in the day of the event in order to claim your free gift. We have a new banner in the shop and a new mission event for for J.Y.Park Past Man. Now, one thing to note is that this doesn't look like it's a limited theme, so you should be able to get this card outside of this actual banner. It just might be a little more difficult, but you'll inevitably run into it because if you play long enough, you run into all of the non-limited theme cards at some point. So here's just an overview of the banner. So we have a way to get diamonds, RP, and the cards, the profile picture set, and basically everything that comes with a regular banner. Nothing too particular special to pay attention to when it comes to the banner. One nice thing though is that we do get the mission event for Passman. So with any mission event, I recommend completing this as much as possible just to get the free rewards. Now, if you're going to ask me, do I think this is worth completing? Not really, unless you really like this wallpaper, because again, you can save the diamonds which are necessary in order to get all of the cards to complete the mission event. You could be saving that for a mission event that gives you something like a chance for a signed Polaroid, a chance for a signed photo card. And I think that's the best way to use diamonds in this game. We also have an update for Xdinary heroes, Crack in the Mirror, so let's go ahead and take a look at the shop there for that. And just like with the JYP one, there's really not much going on here in terms of what the banner looks like. You do get the limited point reward, which is really nice for, again, selecting the exact card you want. And just like with the JYP Passman mission event, we have an Xdinary Heroes Crack in the Mirror mission event. And again, complete this as much as you can. One thing I want to give a heads up to for people who are working on this is that these B grade cards from mission 2 only help you complete the mission event if you get 2 of the same member, because there's no other way to get B cards for this limited event. So you have to get 2 of the same member to level it up to A in order to help complete mission 2. Otherwise, they're really just collection pieces for you to use after the event is over. But if you want them to benefit you during the actual event, you're going to want to try and get 2 of them, so that way you can have a team of A grade to R grade cards in order to complete the event. Now, just like with the JYP one, all you get at the end of completing the mission event is just wallpaper, so unless you really like these wallpapers, I don't recommend spending diamonds in order to complete this event. One nice thing is that we have a Happy New Year event, so this is just another way of getting just free resources. Just like any other mission event, I really recommend completing these, especially mission 4, because these 70% power up cards and the 100% power up card are going to be very helpful down the line when you have to level up those really high grade cards and it costs like 10,000 RP just to attempt to level it up. So these are really nice ways of building up your cards without having to spend a lot of resources. It's also important to finish these, especially since they're basically free resources, because at the end of it you get diamonds, and diamonds are very, very hard to come by. Just like with the Christmas event, we also have a Happy New Year gift box. Now again, these gift boxes reset every single day, so you got to make sure to hop into your messages and claim your gift for the day. We have the Star Pass, which honestly is its own separate video, but basically if you want to stack up a lot of resources really, really fast, I do recommend doing the Star Pass as much as possible, because it's free cards, it's free diamonds, and if you really want those extra bonuses like limited themes and the limited theme A grade card selector, you can buy the pass. I honestly think this is probably the best deal when it comes to playing this game, because look at that top row for the premium rewards. You get a ton of cards, a ton of RP, even diamonds. It's just really, really good value. All right, with the Santa's Magic Cookie event, just a heads up, this one is kind of difficult to complete because it requires you to do quite a bit, with one of those things you have to do being spending diamonds, and I'm just not a fan of spending diamonds every single day. One thing to note about the cookie event is that if you haven't completed the tier that you want, just a heads up, there's only 5 days left, so there's only so much you could do during that time. When it comes to the snow card pack, we went over this last video, but just as a brief summary, it's only really worth pulling for these if you need materials for the power-up chance during the weekend, because the odds of you getting any of these limited themes are very, very slim, but it's still like a fun little chance. So for example, I like both Twice and ITZY, so I pull from the 2019 one, hoping to get a limited theme, but otherwise making sure I get materials for the power-up event. Christmas wreath collecting, make sure you do this as much as possible, at least 2 times a day, because it's free to do 2 times a day because it resets after 8 hours. Now, I don't know why I have 2 things that say need diamonds, but one of these should be the Christmas special power-up chance, and I'll go ahead and open it on the STAYC side so you see what I'm looking at. So these power-up events, very, very important during these holiday events, because it's the best way to get your cards up to a higher level at a low cost. It doesn't change your odds of the cards powering up, but it does decrease the cost by 50%. And that's huge because as you get to higher tiers, it costs like several thousand RP just to attempt to level up a card. So you could be wasting a lot of RP on failed power-ups. So I really recommend leveling up your cards as much as possible during these power-up chance events, using as many extra cards as you have, using as many extra RP, because during the times where these power-up chances are not active, you can put yourself way ahead of the game in terms of the competition. Alright, looking at the Christmas mission event, just like with the New Year one, try and complete as much of this as possible because it is just free resources and it is a good way to get diamonds. At the end of it, you get 50 diamonds, and then along the way, you also get another 50 diamonds. So really recommend completing these mission events as much as possible. And just like the New Year's one, there is a daily Christmas box. Again, it resets every 24 hours, so just make sure you hop in your messages and collect the box. All right, moving on to the STAYC side of things. So we have a new theme update for Refresh. Now, one thing to note that this is a non-limited theme, meaning you are able to get these cards outside of the banner itself. And that's really important because in Superstar STAYC, the number of cards that are available are really, really low. So even if you don't collect the cards now, you will run into them eventually if you continually just play the game. Now, when it comes to the mission event, just like the other ones we just talked about, try and clear as many of these as possible because it is just free resources in game. Do I think it's worth actually completing this one though? Not really, because again, it's just a wallpaper when you could be using those diamonds for things that actually get you potentially physical items, which is really cool, like a really cool aspect of these Superstar games. Now here is going to be the banner. So again, you get the profile set if you want to pay for that one. And then basically the rest of the banner, which is just a common STAYC banner in my opinion. Nothing too crazy going on here. Alright, just like the JYP one, we do have the Happy New Year event. We have the Christmas Special Mission event. Complete that as much as possible. We do have the 2 boxes, the daily boxes for Christmas and Happy New Year. Just make sure you hop into your messages and collect all of that. Basically not too much to talk about with STAYC versus JYP, but one thing I did want to make sure I talked about is during this 100 million download special shop, this one can actually be very, very beneficial to you as a Superstar STAYC player because of this pack, this specific pack, the limited theme Prism guaranteed. All 10 of these cards are going to be Prism cards, and for anyone who plays Superstar STAYC, you know that Prism cards can potentially bump up your score by like 10%, putting you ahead of the competition by a lot. It's able to get you more RP. So I think this actually is a good deal because of the limited number of themes that are in Superstar STAYC. So this is really good because it's guaranteed prisms, and then once you stack enough points, you can get the limited theme R grade card selector. So let's just say you're missing 1 prism of a limited theme. You just go ahead and pick that one once you get enough points. So honestly, I think if let's just say you have a lot of money and you really want to do well at STAYC, this is a really good pack because STAYC only has like 7 total groups. So if you can max out prisms for 1 set every single group, you're going to be golden. You're going to be able to clear a lot of events. You're going to be able to score really high, complete your monthly missions, all that stuff. And I think this is a really good pack. I actually plan on pulling into this in order to try and complete some of my limited themes and making sure that they are Prism, because Prism is how you get those additional points. But that's basically it in terms of the updates for the game. One thing I did want to double check and say for the very end of the video is they did announce the winners for the Happy Birthday event for Jay, which we were able to complete, and it was really difficult because of the Teen Fresh one where we had to level up the Teen Fresh cards. So we're going to go ahead and take a look, and unfortunately, I don't see my username on there, but congratulations to the people that won the J-signed Polaroid. It's just really cool to be able to get that from completing a mission event, so congratulations to everyone who was able to complete that. One last thing that I did want to go over was the people who bought into the Superstar in Japan, that special particular shop where you can get like Twice cards or STAYC cards or ITZY cards, that shop. You can have the cards delivered to you. Now, I emailed the Delcom team before they closed all the shops, which ended on the 25th. Unfortunately, they did just get back to me, but this was their response when I asked, how do I do shipping as someone who lives outside of Korea, outside of Japan? And this is the email they sent back. So it says, "Hi player, this is the Superstar STAYC support team. We apologize for the delayed response due to the large number of submitted inquiries. Please check the image below for related details about the Superstar in Tokyo package delivery." The thing that they boxed in here was, in case of international shipping, please write the collect FedEx account number for the delivery. So I had to go and I bought some of the STAYC ones just to kind of test to see if this works. And then I created a FedEx account. That FedEx account is basically going to ask for your shipping information. And then make sure you put the correct account ID into this form whenever you complete it. So the way you get to the form is from the home page. It pops up in the top left right there. You can see Superstar in Tokyo package delivery notice. You'll tap on that and it's going to take you directly to the form. So if you paid for any of those particular special shop packages, make sure you just complete that in case you want to get your physical card, because those physical cards can shoot up in price way more expensive than if you just paid for the pack itself. So that is going to be it for the updates video. Let me know in the comments what you thought was helpful in this video, if you like the separate update and game video, or if you really just want to do it all at once and get it over with. But that is all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. As always, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave a comment down below and I'd be happy to answer when I have the time. But that's all for now. Thank you all so much for watching, and as always, until next time, take it easy.